So this right here is a move that has bedeviled me for months. It is the Fantastic Four, and as it turns out, the reason it bedeviled me for so long was that the original instructions I got on how to do it were kind of flawed. But a tutorial from Tim Goddard cleared up a lot of the issues for me, and now, as you can see, it's come along quite well. I'm going to hopefully take you guys through some of the learning process of that for me, in case some of you guys are wrestling with this yourselves. I will say that if you haven't already, you should check out Tim's tutorial, because it's quite good and it's going to cover a lot of the same ground. There are a couple things that I discovered along the way here that were not so intuitive and that I do think help for getting down the final move that I will be going over that I don't think are in Tim's video. Now, the Fantastic Four really comes out of the Superman, which we've covered extensively in this tech blog before. But it shifts the dynamic of the Superman so that rather than having just one poi that is doing a wrap around your body, it shifts it so that now both of the poi are doing wraps around your body, and you're switching which poi is going to be the one that wraps around your waist and which poi is going to be the one that wraps down between your legs, right? For the purposes of today, we will talk about the thumb end of my poi, which is the white end here, and the pinky end, which is this green end, yeah? I'm going to use these to distinguish because it gets really, really confusing once you get into it, and I think part of the reason why I had such a hard time with it was the first few people that I saw doing it used poi that were not color-coded, so I couldn't tell how the move was switching the different poi around. Now, as you're going through a Superman, there is this point at which your hand is returning to its native side, and usually you have your pinky end poi, that is the green one, wrapped around your waist on the non-native side, right? This is our moment of opportunity right here. What's about to happen is that green poi is about to go across the front of you as your thumb end, that is the white poi, is coming down in front of you. It's this moment right here, right? Now, what normally happens in that moment is you're reaching back for the non-native side. You kind of stretch the green, that is the pinky side poi, across the bottom of your belly, right? What we're going to do instead in order to get into the Fantastic Four is we're going to spread our legs just slightly, and rather than letting our hand go all the way over to the non-native side right there, we're going to let it only go halfway there. And when that happens, you'll see that the thumb end, that is the white poi, goes between my legs rather than across to the other side of my body. Now, the first thing that that does is it stops the tic-tacking 2-beat that we normally associate with the Superman. If for no other reason, then when it runs into the body, it can't keep on going, right? Now, what happens next is the trick in terms of making the Fantastic Four come together. Part of it is timing, and this is where I was getting stuck for the longest time. Namely, if you're not careful, what'll happen is when you do this wrap, you'll get both of your poi going in at the same time. This is what you want to avoid. What you want to shoot for instead is more of a staggered time kind of feeling. So the way we get into this is as that green, that is pinky poi, is going around, we actually want to let it go in and come out before the white poi has an opportunity to go between your legs. Again, that is when we reach back, the white poi goes in as the green poi is coming out in front of our bodies like this. So we wind up with this orientation where the green poi is directly in front of us and the white poi is now between our legs, right? The timing here is absolutely critical, otherwise the thing doesn't work at all. The next step is once you have that green poi coming forwards as the white poi is between your legs, you're then going to pull your hand over to your non-native side. This is another thing that got me stuck for a while. I thought that when you came down, you just popped up and it would naturally be in place. No, you have to guide it. What this actually is you're trapping the poi in a particular place to change the plane that it's working in, right? So as it goes down between your legs, you are, if you just isolated that motion, pulling it against your non-native leg to switch it into a horizontal plane, like so. You should actually feel it pulling against your thigh as you go through to give you enough elastic tension to get that poi coming out in a horizontal fashion. Now, where you should wind up coming out of this is in kind of a corkscrew meteor-like motion wherein your pinky end poi, that is the green poi, is the one that's leading. Now you could hang out here if you wanted to, but that's not really where we're trying to get to in all this. We'll come back to that later. Where we're trying to get to in all of this is as soon as that pinky and poi has come around in front of you, you're going to drop your hand back. You're going to aim that pinky and poi, that is the green one, for that spot between your legs that the white one was just at. While that white one is coming around, you're going to try and aim that for your waist. So as it comes around, you're going to shoot to get to the small of your back as the green one goes down, say right here. Now, whether you're coming at it from a horizontal place or a vertical place, the ability to go between your legs gives you the capacity to change the direction of the poi once again. So, as I'm coming out of this with my pinky lead kind of corkscrew here, and by the way, if you're looking down on this from above, it looks like it is going counterclockwise. So I'm going to drop it down, and once again, this is kind of a staggered timing, so I'm going to let my thumb end, that is my white poi, pop out before I get my green poi out from between my legs, right? And again, with that green poi, I'm pulling it against my native side leg, and I should feel tension on my thigh as I'm pulling it across. That is what is going to give it the momentum to switch into this other corkscrew, which goes the other direction. As you look down at it from above, it should be going clockwise. And now, the thumb end poi, that is my white poi, should be my leader. And believe it or not, this is actually really, really close to where we started this whole pattern. In fact, if you wanted to, you could drop straight back into a Superman from there. This actually works because it's a toroid, believe it or not. As we're doing this, this clockwise rotation with it, we're coming to a point where as the poi is going forwards, we can drop it back down into a forwards motion, just like we would with an isobend toroid. The green poi then still goes around behind our back so that we re-enter the Superman bouncing back and forth. In fact, this works on both sides. One of the great things that you can use a Fantastic Four with is switching which is the lead poi in the Superman. So, for example, as I'm switching from my thumb lead to my pinky lead, I can turn this into a toroid that then gives me a pinky lead Superman. And likewise, as I'm coming in here, I can switch it back to my thumb lead Superman. Pretty cool, huh? And you thought there were no use for toroids. You can keep it continuous, in which case what you're really doing is you're just doing a series of wraps that reverses the direction of a meteor corkscrew. It looks like an X when you see it from dead on, because that's exactly how a corkscrew looks like when you do it from dead on, right? So, of course, another way you could look at this is a great transition to get yourself into a horizontal plane with both hands that you could then, say, do a spiral wrap and emerge from back in a wall plane kind of place, right? So it's actually a really, really useful move to know. And one which I'm very glad that I have in my wheelhouse now. So, thank you guys for watching. I really hope this helps clear some stuff up for those of you out there that have been wrestling with it as well. And I will be back with more tech for you guys very, very soon. Thanks for watching, and have yourselves a good week. Peace.
Hi, thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. Doing so will help other people find my content, and it lets me know that I'm creating videos that are worth seeing. Also, check out my website at drexfactor.com. There, you can purchase sets of poi like the ones I use in my videos, and get access to a great range of written inspirational content, plus which you can subscribe to my videos there in the form of a podcast. Finally, if you go to flowtoys.com, you can enter in my special promo code and get a small discount on your order. Doing these things helps support me in my flow journey, and it means that I can make more videos for you guys. So, thank you in advance for your support.